What's up, everybody? Welcome to Big Joe Recovery. How we doing today? How we feeling? I hope very good. I got a special guest for y'all. Big treat. Well, first and foremost, I want to spread my new business card that just came out. Sharing a little victories. Just got this done and printed, everybody. It's official. Big Joe Recovery Coach Professional. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Just like... I love that we got to share our victories together because we're moving on up and setting goals and doing big things. And the Big Joe way is finding your way, the big you, the big picture of how to make yourself the best possible version you can be. And that's finding recovery. For me, it was finding recovery, and recovery is the greatest gift I ever received in my life. Now, with that being said, everybody, I hope y'all feeling blessed today because today's a blessed day. We have a special guest. And just doing this first time little Zoom thing, recording from another device, experimenting, that's like we do in recovery, positive experimenting. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Miss Tina Perry here. She's on Zoom with me all the way from Wisconsin. And her nonprofit organization is called Just Listen, Inc. And she has a tremendous story. We met back at Phil Valentine's retirement party from CCAR. And we just hit it off, clicked, and just talked recovery and just talked life. And it's just amazing. And let me say what their mission statement is real quick before I turn it over to Miss Tina. So, Just Listen is, our mission is to give hope and enhance lives by offering programs and events that inspire people to make positive life choices. We are a nonprofit organization facilitating positive living programming and events in support of drug awareness, education, prevention, recovery, legal issues, bullying, and anything else that inhibits people from leading positive, fulfilling lives. And that's kind of how me and Tina got together. So we're trying to have people have great, fulfilling lives and overcoming any obstacles that may be in the way. And that's what we're here to help, and that's how we connect. Unity. Right, Tina? Let me turn it over to Tina. Introduce.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what we do. I am also a CCAR recovery coach.
Yes.
And a passport specialist.
Tell,
obstacles we all have.
You ain't lying. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bio about you, and then let's kick it off.
Okay. So I am in Wisconsin, like Joe said, and I'm from Illinois, actually, in the suburbs by O'Hare Airport. Excuse me. And grew up in the suburbs out there and went through everything I went through to become in long-term recovery. Fast forward, because all of this is a very, very long story.
Yes.
Today we just don't have that time.
Yeah.
So, fast forward to 2011. My daughter was coming home with police and drinking tickets, and I knew right away what that life was going to be all about. And I didn't want it. And I wanted to help her not lead into that life, so I wanted to support. Now, one thing is, it's very hard to help your own child, and it's very easy to usually help any other child, your friends, anybody. Seems like they just listen to you. So what I thought is directly I could help other people, which I have my whole life. When I was a little girl, I was a candy striper. That means working in the hospitals, volunteering. I was a special need baseball coach for years. It's my heart. So I figured, you know what? Let me open something to help people. So that is exactly what I did, and I opened Just Listen in 2011. And I was like, okay, I'm a mom with a heart. What do I do, right? Yeah. So it all came to me. We all have to start somewhere. So let me start exactly where I came out of and how I found recovery.
Yeah.
So I thought back, what made me change? How did I change? And so it was through my 28-day program that I went to, and I was remembering a lot of the things that we did that I enjoyed, and that's how I started opening it. And that when I opened, then I had the arts. I had had the sports, I had the events, I was keeping people busy.
Yep.
And then, as my daughter at this point is in and out of jail, I'm working with the sheriff, which was good. And he's like, but Tina, you don't have education. You just have the heart to do this. And people want to see those credentials. And I'm like, but Jim, I do. I have a PhD. And he's like, how, in what? I go, I have a public high school diploma. And who reads those little letters when people are coming in for help?
Yeah.
So you got to laugh out of that, which, I use that one a lot, which I do. But the sheriff, actually, I'm glad he gave me those words, because then I further educated myself, became a CCAR recovery coach, parasport specialist, and helping people. So during these times, Angelina would come sometimes to events, and then she wouldn't, but I had to let her be her. I could
You had that
support
seed
her.
planted.
Yes. So then she went off to prison, served her prison sentence, and during that time she was pregnant, and my grandson was born while she was serving her prison sentence. So after delivery, my mother and I had picked Mason up, and he's 7 years old now.
Yeah.
So when I brought Mason to the prison to visit Angelina, she didn't look good. And I told the prison guard, I said, Angelina doesn't look good. I have medical history, like being a medical professional. I'm not a doctor, but I just know she doesn't look good. So the prison guard actually listened to me, and Mason and I left, and he sent her to medical. The next day, she wasn't in the prison anymore. She was in the hospital. It ends up she had a blood infection from her C-section that she had gotten. So then 3 months later, she came home. She was good. They took great care of her. The prison system saved her life. And now fast forward to 2021. Angelina got sick. She's been out of prison this whole time, raising her little boy.
Yep.
And I took her to the hospital. Now 2021 was COVID.
Yes.
This hospital would not let me in with her. So I dropped her off. Me and Mason went to the grocery store, and then I pull up, and a police officer follows behind me on the driveway. And this is a normal thing at my house. So I'm like, what?
I'm familiar. I'm very familiar.
So he said, where's Angelina? I'm like, why? I just dropped her off at the hospital. When they come to the house, if she's home, she's home. If she's not, she's not.
Yeah.
So I dropped her off at the hospital. He said, yeah, we're actually doing a welfare check. She's not there, and the hospital's looking for her.
What?
I said, well, two things. One, she might be in the bathroom. Is anyone familiar with people like us hanging out in the bathroom for a while?
Yeah.
Right?
Once or twice.
So I said, yeah. I think if she's not in the bathroom, she's not there. Because somebody must have been mean to her, and she's not going to tolerate it, and she left.
AMA, just leave. You got time for that.
Right. No. So she said, well, there's blood all, he said, well, there's blood all over the bed. And she took the IV with her.
Wow.
And I said, wait a second. First of all, if you're assuming, like they probably are, that she's drug seeking, she's not. Angelina doesn't want any drugs from the hospital. If she wants drugs, she'll get them on the streets, and she knows where to get them.
Yeah.
I said, second of all, I didn't drop her off because she got cut. I dropped her off because she's sick. So the blood, she ripped it out, and it sprayed, like just splattered.
Wow.
So check the linen basket, because it's still there.
Yeah.
And she doesn't need anything, She's a professional, as we call it.
Yeah.
So that was that. I told the officer I would call him when I got back with her, because I'm always the person she will call.
Yeah.
And that brings a whole nother story why I'd never take her phone away, right? So that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But anyway. So then 2 days later, so this started May 11th, and then May 13th, we went to a totally another hospital, and guess what? I got to stay and go in. And I told them, I said, you know what? Angelina's not drug seeking, so I need every single person to know that that takes care of her. She's sick, and we need to find out what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
She's very sick.
Genuinely sick.
Oh, definitely. She was so sick, and they were phenomenal. The ER was great. The doctor talked to me, and they admitted her. So the next day around 3 o'clock, gone. Another nurse attacked her and stigmatized her because of her history, because it comes up, and they know right away.
Yeah.
So it's precaution.
Frequent flyer, right? That's what we call them out here.
And she was gone again. So this was May 13th.
I hate to interrupt. Did she had some clean time at this point, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, she was not using at this time.
Yeah.
She was.
I want to make sure so everybody knows that we're on the same page.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And actually, she was going through a court case at this time. And the judge, I went to court with her. I went most places with her. And the judge looked at me in the audience, or whatever you want to call it. He looked at me and said, how much time do you need? And I'm like, how much time do I need? He goes, I see your daughter is very sick. She needs to get that medical help. I said, we've been trying. They're not being very nice to her. I said, give me 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
So at that point, how nice for a judge to be like that.
Yeah.
I still want to send him a thank you letter, actually, and the prison. So then, Angelina set up a doctor's appointment with our personal family doctor because she'll go to him. She trusts him. He don't judge her. He is phenomenal. And it was 8 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, Mom, I am so sick. I am not going. And I said, Angelina, you have to go. This is the perfect time to go.
Yeah, when you're feeling like that.
Oh, yeah, she didn't go. So then July 20th came, and I walked in her room, and I said, all right, you look like you're going to die. We need to go. We have to go to a hospital. There is no you and me fixing this. We have to get there. So she said, okay, at 6 o'clock. It was around 11. I didn't really want to wait, but what are you going to do? We're all going to do what we want to do.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
We can't force people. So we did. We went to the hospital that night. It took a little bit, but we got there. And that night, they admitted her into the ICU. And that was July 20th. And July 28th, Angelina died from a blood infection. And I will tell you, the prison guard saved my daughter's life. The medical system failed her. And it is so bad because every day now I wake up without a daughter, and her son wakes up without a mommy. And he says when we drive past that hospital, he calls me Nama. He says, Nama, did the nurse get fired yet? That was mean to mommy.
Wow.
And I'm like, what do you say to that? I said, I don't think so. There was some words back and forth, but you know what? People ask me, are you going to sue them? Are you going to this? No, I'm not. I'm not doing any of it. You know why? I don't have time for that. Nothing in this world is going to bring my daughter back. But you know what I can do?
Keep her alive.
I can get up, advocate, and make sure it doesn't happen to another person.
Yeah, by what you're doing every single day.
By what I'm doing.
I love it. And me and Tina were just talking before this, and I love how she keeps Angelina's spirit alive every day. Almost every week, there's some kind of posting on Facebook or Instagram of a beautiful poster of Angelina. Actually, do you have that picture in front of you still that you show what has Angelina?
This one for the walk?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's always posting and showing, celebrating Angelina's life. Yeah, there she is. Beautiful young lady. Forever 28.
Yeah. Forever 28. Yeah.
So what
this will go with.
What are you doing today that's helping people not go through what you had to go through? Explain to us a little bit more about how you're spreading that word on stigma of, like people call this, oh, he's just a crackhead, he's just a drug addict. Tell us what you do today, Tina, that's helping the world out.
Well, when we have a Just Listen, if we have an event, if we have a program, if we have any of that, like we just did Freedom of Our Inner Critics, actually with Rosie Greenberg. So during things like that, I always talk about, like, for the people that are there, to inspire them, to advocate for themselves. Because a lot of people, if you're actively using and want to stop, but your body's feeling sick, and it's just that struggle and that fight, or if you're not using anymore, but you want to stay in that space. So basically, I use my words and I use my story, and I inspire and uplift people to be like, you are worth it. And I believe they are.
I got that shirt on right now. Know your worth. Yes. Know your worth with the hearts.
For sure. I have the heart too.
No coincidence there.
Right?
That's right.
So, and I get up and speak everywhere.
Yeah.
It's been good. I literally listen who I speak to. I speak to the recovery community.
Woo woo.
And guess what? I speak to medical professionals. I spoke to over 300 doctors last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And so my doctor friend getting me in these spaces, she's like, Tina, don't forget, you are the experienced one here. You are, I can't remember what exact word she used. Like, this is your thing. Don't worry that they're doctors. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we think of them, oh, a doctor. Like,
yeah, put them up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what? I can't believe I can't remember that word.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Hey, I want to share something real quick. I forgot to do in the beginning. Can I share this? You ready?
Absolutely.
Also, Miss Tina is Miss Wisconsin Galaxy. Let me see that thing. Let me see that crown. Yeah, awesome. Ain't that something? So I wanted to make sure that got in this video too. That's
absolutely.
That's great because you're Go ahead.
This is what's helping me get indoors.
Yeah, look at that sparkle, huh? Wow, that's awesome.
This is my crown, and
I love how you're a mentor to the girls as well.
Right?
Miss Wisconsin Galaxy. There it is. There you know it, folks.
Yes.
Look at that. We got Miss Wisconsin Galaxy on Big Joe Recovery. You heard?
Yes. And this is an honor to have.
It sure is.
This is one of the reasons I'm getting in the spaces. What this is doing is not only helping me, this is helping everybody I meet along the way.
Yeah.
So like I told you, I speak to recovery communities, I speak to the medical professionals, but I also speak to community members.
Yeah.
So with this helps me shine.
It's given credibility, big credibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I deserve this.
Yeah.
I am out there every given moment to give someone a helping hand that I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I'm genuine, and it's my heart.
You live with integrity, just like I do.
Absolutely.
Which I couldn't do 3.5 years ago. I didn't know what that was.
Right? Isn't it amazing?
Yeah. That's that change that we put in, in inhibiting that positive, fulfilling part of our lives. We all have value. And gaining the knowledge changing our mindsets that we could do great things, especially with people like you around who are pushing people. I know you're helping these girls out in these pageants. I know you are 110%. You're like, well, me and you were starting this thing, Big Joe, Little Tina, but you're more like Big Tina to these girls, you know? Opening their big picture, you know? That's awesome.
Right. So it actually, what I choose to do with this crown and sash and having the honor of it, I do service work.
Yeah.
So, like Friday, I helped at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I checked all the bowlers in and sold raffle tickets. Saturday, I went to the Children's Museum in a different county, and I read books to the children.
Beautiful.
And Sunday, what did I do Sunday?
Something.
Why is that one slipping? Oh, geez. That's because there was the big thing with the trolls. I supported. How did I forget this? I was with my sister queens.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
why I wasn't thinking of it as like a bowling alley or an axe throwing or places. I was with my sister queens, and I did a meet and greet